Have you ever felt like the world around you just doesn't fit? As if no matter how hard you try to act like everyone else, wear the same masks, follow the same paths, something inside you keeps whispering, "This isn't for me." In this video, you're going to discover the 8 signs that you might be a chosen one. And no, we're not talking about fairy tales, superheroes, or destinies written in the stars. We're talking about real, intense, and often painful traits that mark those who were born to make a difference. But pay close attention to the final sign. It might be the confirmation you've been searching for, even without knowing exactly what you were looking for, because it's different from the others. It's more subtle, more profound, and carries a lasting impact. While the other signs reveal patterns and tendencies, this last one marks a turning point, a moment that separates those who simply feel from those who truly awaken. If this final sign is present in your life, it's a powerful indication that you're not here by accident. Each of these signs is like a hidden key, buried within experiences you may have once considered random or even traumatic. But when they connect, when you begin to see the pattern, everything changes. Your story starts to make sense. Pain gains purpose, and the darkness you face reveals the strength you carry. The journey of a chosen one almost never begins with glory. It begins with doubt, with setbacks, with isolation, but also with something that can't be taught. An inner voice that whispers you were made for something beyond the ordinary, a purpose not everyone is ready to accept. So get ready, because by the end of this video, you might realize you were never truly ordinary. Sign number 1, the constant feeling of displacement. From a very young age, you felt that there's something different about you. Instead of easily fitting into conversations, school groups, or social rules, you often find yourself observing, as if you're standing outside a theater, watching the play of life unfold without truly being part of it. You try to join in, to move at the same pace as everyone else, but there's always an invisible layer between you and the rest of the world, a sense of distance that isn't arrogance or disinterest. It's a kind of silent awareness. It's as if you carry a wisdom you never learned, an emotional weight you never lived through, a vision no one around you seems to share. While others are immersed in the now, you seem to feel the after. The chosen ones are almost always born with this deep sense of not belonging. But what may seem like a flaw is actually a gift, the ability to see beyond the obvious, to notice what's out of place, to sense what's still to come. That's why you're unsettled by normalcy, routine, superficiality, because your soul wasn't made to repeat what already exists. It was made to transform, rebuild, lead. This discomfort you feel is the echo of something greater. Sign number 2, deep sensitivity. You feel everything more intensely. While most people seem to simply react to what's happening, you feel as if every word, every glance, and every silence carries an invisible weight. You notice subtle shifts in gestures, emotions, and the things left unsaid. Heavy environments affect you. Shallow conversations drain you, and other people's pain often feels like your own. But this sensitivity is not weakness. On the contrary, it's a finely tuned antenna, aligned with frequencies others can't even detect. The chosen often have this heightened sensitivity because they need to see beyond appearances. They need to understand human emotions in order to guide, heal, or transform. And yes, sometimes it's a heavy burden. Have you ever wondered why certain situations hit you so hard, while no one else around seems fazed? It's because you're connected to a deeper layer of reality. You don't just feel with your body, you feel with your soul. And while that makes you more vulnerable, it also gives you rare access to the emotional truth of things. Sensitivity is a powerful compass, and those who learn to follow it, instead of running from it, discover that they can impact the world in ways few ever do. Sign number 3, the inexplicable connection to the invisible. There are moments when you simply know, without evidence, without explanation, without any logical reason. You sense what's about to happen, feel when something is off, pick up on the energy of a room before anyone even says a word. Your dreams aren't just random images. They're symbolic, intense messages that linger for days. And your intuition, it seems to have a life of its own. It warns you, guides you, pulls you, and more often than not, it's right. The chosen have this sensitivity to the invisible because they're not bound only to what is seen. They function as bridges between two worlds, the tangible and the subtle, the rational and the spiritual. While most people ignore these signals, you listen. You feel when to pull back, when to act, when someone next to you isn't being truthful, even if they're smiling. And even if you don't fully understand where it comes from, you follow that instinct, because deep down there's a quiet certainty. You're being guided. This connection isn't superstition. It's perception. It's alignment with something greater that, while it can't be proven, can absolutely be experienced. If you felt those strange coincidences, those precise gut feelings, that invisible force nudging you in the right direction. Sign number 4, the deep desire to help. Within you, there's a quiet urgency, an almost uncontrollable drive to do good, even when no one is watching, even when no one gives you credit, even when it costs you time, energy, or even pain. You don't help out of obligation or to seem like a good person. You simply can't ignore someone else's suffering. When someone is in pain, it's as if the pain becomes yours too. You feel an immediate pull to protect, comfort, and heal, even if you don't always know how. The chosen carry a different kind of empathy, a moral compass that always points toward others. It's as if they were born with a silent mission to restore balance, to fix what's broken, to bring light where everything seems dark. And even when this sensitivity becomes overwhelming, you don't switch it off. Because turning your back on help will be like turning your back on who you are. This constant impulse to serve, to care, to transform. It's not a weakness. It's one of the purest marks of the chosen. In a world where many hide behind indifference, you stand out simply because you can't remain still in the face of pain. And that alone places you on a different level of awareness. Sign number 5, the feeling of being watched. At certain moments, without any clear reason, you feel a presence. It's not physical. It's not obvious, but it's intense. It's as if something is there, silently following your every step, every choice, every pause. You look around, but no one's there. Still, the feeling lingers. You're not alone. Many brush it off as imagination, but the chosen know there's something more. This invisible gaze isn't here to frighten. It observes, protects, and sometimes tests. It's as if your life is being watched by eyes that don't judge, but wait. Wait for you to awaken, to take the right step, to be ready. That feeling might bring discomfort, but it also carries a mysterious certainty. A purpose is quietly taking shape. In ancient traditions, they spoke of spirit guides, guardians, higher beings, entities that walk beside those with a greater mission. And maybe what you're feeling is exactly that. It's not paranoia. It's perception. The chosen are often accompanied because they carry a calling that hasn't been fully activated yet. And those eyes, invisible to others but undeniable to you, might be yet another sign that your path is bigger than you realize. Sign number 6, the encounter with the unknown. At some point in your life, something happened, and you just knew it wasn't normal. It might have been a dream so vivid it felt more real than reality itself. Or maybe an impossible coincidence, the kind that defies any logical explanation. A phrase heard at the exact right moment, a number that kept repeating, an unexpected encounter that changed everything. It doesn't matter how it happened. After that moment, you never saw the world the same way again. It's as if the universe tore the veil for just a second, just to show you there's something more, something greater, a plan that goes beyond randomness. Many of the chosen experience something like this before they awaken, because it's in these moments that everything gains new weight. The ordinary no longer makes sense. The questions multiply, but along with them comes a new kind of vision. The encounter with the unknown is not a mistake, nor a hallucination. It's an invitation, a challenge from the universe saying, "Are you ready to see?" Sign number 7, resistance to the system. From a very young age, you realize something didn't make sense. While everyone around you seemed to accept the rules as natural, following schedules, repeating patterns, obeying without question, you felt uneasy. A quiet discomfort with the idea of simply fitting in. You were never the type to accept things in silence. You question, you observe, you see contradictions where others see normalcy. And it's not out of empty rebellion. It's because deep down, you know there's a path that's more truthful, more authentic. The chosen weren't born to conform, They were born to challenge. That's why many find themselves clashing with authority, resisting rigid school systems, or feeling trapped in traditional jobs. The world feels too small for those born with a larger spirit. This resistance to the system, often seen as a behavior problem or inability to adapt, is actually a clear sign that your soul vibrates on a different frequency. You sense something is wrong in the structure, and more importantly, you feel that you can help change it. Because transforming the world takes courage. The courage not to bend to it. And that courage, though lonely at times, is exactly what sets the chosen apart. After all, how can someone change a system? If they're comfortable within it, you're not. And maybe that's the clearest proof that you were born to break patterns and create something entirely new. Sign number 8. The pain that became strength, the moment everything changed. Every chosen one, without exception, carries a scar, but not one that defines weakness, rather, resilience. It's the mark of something that should have destroyed you, but didn't. It might have been a sudden loss, a deep disappointment, an abandonment that left you silent on the inside, maybe a trauma no one noticed, but that you faced every day as if it were invisible. The difference lies in what you did with that pain. While many get lost within their suffering, you chose something different, to survive. Yes, you fell. Yes, you cried. But you stood back up with different eyes. More alert, more compassionate. You started seeing others more carefully, understanding wounds even when they weren't spoken. And that's what the chosen do. They turn pain into empathy, sadness into purpose, silence into strength. The scar didn't disappear, but now it shines as a symbol of overcoming. It was a moment your path changed forever. Because true chosen ones don't rise from easy victories. They emerge from silent inner battles. They know darkness, and that's why they know exactly where to light the way. If you look at your past and feel that your pain made you stronger, then maybe you've already found the answer you were searching for. Maybe you are one of them. Now you know the 8 signs, and maybe somewhere along this video, something stirred inside you, a quiet recognition, a memory, a confirmation. Because when we talk about being chosen, we're not talking about being better. We're talking about having a mission, about carrying something within that the world doesn't yet understand, but desperately needs. Each sign you saw here is like a piece of a larger puzzle. On their own, they may seem like random feelings, but together they reveal a journey of awakening, resilience, empathy, intuition, pain, and transformation. Being chosen isn't a title, it's a calling, and not everyone answers it. But if you made it this far, if you felt that some part of the story belongs to you, then maybe the call has already begun to echo inside you. So now, I'll leave you with a simple yet powerful question. What if you were one of the chosen? If that possibility won't leave your mind, if the signs align with your story, if pain became strength, if resistance became purpose, then don't ignore it. Share this video with someone you believe carries that same energy. And comment below, how many of these signs did you recognize in yourself?